Most of what an LLM needs to know lives on the web, but the web was built for browsers, not for language models. A typical news article is 50 kilobytes of HTML, and only about 2 kilobytes of that is the actual article. The rest is navigation, tracking pixels, script blocks, and markup that means nothing to a model. Feed that raw HTML into your context, and you waste tokens on noise, confuse the model with syntax, and make retrieval less precise. There is a second, harder problem too. Modern web apps render in the browser. A plain HTTP get to a React or Next.js page returns a near-empty skeleton. The real content only arrives after JavaScript runs. A naive scraper captures the skeleton, and running a headless browser reliably across thousands of URLs is operationally expensive. Here is the core idea. What you actually want is clean Markdown. Just prose, headings, and code, and Firecrawl gives you exactly that. It is a hosted service with a self-hostable open source version that takes a URL and hands back clean Markdown or structured JSON. It handles the JavaScript rendering, the pagination, and the boilerplate removal for you. It exposes 3 operations, and knowing which is most of the skill. Scrape is one page. It fetches a single URL, renders the JavaScript, strips the boilerplate, and returns the content as Markdown. Watch the code. You create the app with your API key, call scrape_URL with formats Markdown, and read result.markdown, a plain string ready to chunk, embed, and index. Crawl is an entire site. It starts from a seed URL, follows internal links up to a depth and page limit, and scrapes each page. That is how you ingest a whole docs site into a vector store in one call, and you always set limit and max depth, so a growing site cannot balloon your quota. Extract is structured data. You give it a pedantic schema or a natural language description, and it returns clean JSON, prices, dates, author names. Now you can see the 2 places this fits in the second code beat. Offline, in a RAG ingestion job, crawl the docs site, chunk each page's Markdown, embed it, and upsert into a vector store. Online, as an agent tool, wrap scrape_URL as a function the model calls with a URL to read any live page on demand. 2 cautions before you build. Respect robots.txt and the site's terms, and never crawl a site that prohibits automated access. And web content can be stale or wrong, so always verify critical facts from retrieved passages before acting on them. And here, at the very end of this playlist, is the satisfying part. Firecrawl feeds the agents you can now secure, evaluate, trace, budget, give memory, and equip with your own MCP tools. Clean the web into Markdown at the front, and every agent you build from here finally has signal instead of noise.